Well, the body of one of two volunteer firefighters swept away from flooding in Quebec has now been recovered. CTV's Vanessa joins us live from Bay St. Paul, Quebec with the latest developments. Vanessa, a tragic development today, though.
Absolutely, Nick. It's such a heartbreaking situation. Police just confirmed that one of the two bodies, well, presumed to be one of the missing firefighters, has been found. And we've heard the Premier speak this morning about these two volunteer firefighters. He says that one of them is in his 50s, Régis Lavoie. He was left in his own boat when he saw a couple whose home was surrounded by water. So he went to help along with Christopher Lavoie, who was just 23 years old. And so really there are a lot of questions. The Premier acknowledged that there are a lot of questions about how much training they had, how equipped were they to be in a situation like this. But he says that there will be an analysis, but right now the focus is on helping the families through this excruciating time, Nick.
It's just awful, Vanessa, and we're taking a look at some of the pictures of what's unfolding in where you are right now. I mean, it's just shocking to see the damage, the devastation of the rain. Is the weather turning? Is it getting any better, or is it in fact getting worse?
Well, the water level has receded in the Gouffre River, which is the river that runs through this small community of 7,000 people. But the water is still raging and it's still dangerously high. And you can see there are specks of rain right now. And so really the forecast has not helped. This region has seen more than 100 millimeters of rain over the last couple of days. And when we heard from the public security minister yesterday, he said that that is what makes this situation very complicated over the next few hours. One of the priorities is to repair all of the roads that have been washed out. There are hundreds of people that still aren't able to go home right now, some because it's simply not safe to do so, but for others it's because they don't have access to their homes. So we saw a man yesterday in the middle of a road. He could see his house, but he can't get there because the road has been sliced in two, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a look at this. It looks like some houses have been moved by the force of the water. It's pretty remarkable. You mentioned the Premier was in the area. Vanessa, are there any indications from the province of Quebec that there may be any damage relief made available to the community?
Well, absolutely. We did hear from the Premier this morning announcing that there will be help for people who need it when it comes to cleanup as well as rebuilding. And we saw some people get really emotional as they were speaking to the Premier this morning and really urging them to step up help as soon as possible. One woman was talking about how this isn't just home like for a few years. She says this has been home for generations. And so she wants to ensure that the government is going to do something when it comes to and not just financial assistance when it comes to rebuilding as well as the cleanup, but infrastructure, right? Because we know that there's probably, well, there has been flooding in the area before. There likely will continue to be, and with climate change, it's only getting worse. And so they're looking for assurances as well from the government that there will be there'll be more done when it comes to protecting their community, Nick.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work ahead. Okay, that is CTV's Vanessa live from Bay St. Paul, Quebec. Vanessa, appreciate the time this afternoon. Thanks.